Pretty big fall down there, don't you think? Tell me this is a jacuzzi, huh? Did you know that jacuzzi is a name brand? It's not actually the real name of a jacuzzi. It's a hot tub. You told me it's got bubbles in there too. I'll take. It's a little hot outside. Do I just jump in? Okay. Whoa! It's kind of cold.
Flushed Away is a 2006 animated film produced by the DreamWorks Animation and the Aardman feature. Who is that? So this film had a screenplay written by like a ton of people, too big to name. But the basic premise of this film was the idea of rats falling in love in a sewer. Fell, who was an animator on Chicken Run. So when he was working on that movie in 2001, I guess he developed the concept into a story before pitching it to DreamWorks. And so then I guess they liked it. The project was announced in 2002. It had the working title of Ratropolis. Remember that. And in 2003, Bowers joined Fell as a co-director. So back to Aardman, right? It was the third and final DreamWorks and Aardman co-production film they made together. They made like Chicken Run, the Wallace and Gromit, some other Wallace and Gromit. It was the first Aardman project that was primarily in a CG animation instead of using their usual stop motion. And this was because using water on plasticine models could damage them, and this movie takes place in a sewer, and rendering the effects in different ways was very complex for the time. The film's world premiere was held at the Tokyo International Film Festival. It was followed by a wide release in the United States by the Paramount Pictures. Again, I don't know why DreamWorks releases some of their films overseas first. We'll never know. It received generally positive reviews from the critics and still underperformed at the box office. It grossed about 178 against 150. And I guess because of that poor sales, it prompted Aardman to end their partnership with DreamWorks with a loss of like, I don't know, like 100 million. It could have went to me. That's just saying. The main cast for this film, I'll introduce as we go on, but our main rat here, Roddy St. James, played by motherfucking Hugh Jackman. That's right. Just wanted to get him out of the way.
I had a call about Flushed Away, and I was told that it was the Aardman Group and the group that had created Wallace and Gromit.
Crazy if Magneto was here too. So all the bonus features and extras, that'll be all at the end. So other than that, let us begin. All right, the DreamWorks What is this? Am I watching the right movie? Did I put the wrong disc in? All right, well, this is a change. I guess Universal wanted to join. I don't blame them. You got Wolvie in here. Aardman's in here too, whatever. We have the sights and sounds of England. Look at this place. There's a lot of walking room here. Flushed Away. So a rich-ass English family, they're going on vacation. I'll probably assume the third time this year, but they leave their pet at home. Which, pause here. Is it normal for rich families to have rats as pets back then, or even now? Or am I thinking too deep into this? I don't know. I think especially like, wouldn't a girl be disgusted by a rat? I don't know. Also, by the way, Critter Crunch, that's an excellent brand. There's a little Wallace and Gromit and even some Madagascar Easter eggs here. She got in her room. I mean, she loves Alex the Lion so much, she's got two. So Mr. Roddy St. James here, he got the place to himself, baby.
Roddy is a pampered pet. He happens to live in a very beautiful London swanky home.
And I think for me, when he goes to play Dancing with Myself by Mr. Billy Joel, I think that's what made me fall in love with this film when I was like 10. Of course I can't play it, but damn it, this is how you start a film. Dancing with myself. So whenever he's picking out his outfits between Elvis and the Wolverine, a 10-year-old me had no idea what was going on with these surprises. And also, can I say that Mr. Jackman's English voice here is crazy sounding to me. It sounds nothing like him, like I would have never guessed. At least it's not something that I'm used to hearing compared to his like deep demeanor voice. I'm loving the selection of DVDs here. We got DreamWorks on the left, the parodies on the right. You can read them all, but my favorite ones are A Fistful of Dullards and Pisser on the Roof. I mean Piddler on the Roof. What font is that? So after this wonderful intro, a bro is packing up for the night. He hears a disturbance from the kitchen. I love that he uses the light on the car keys. So our first new character here, you know him, you love him, your favorite sewer rat, Sid. played by Shane Ritchie.
My character is a slightly overweight, quiffed up rat. Funny enough, when they told me I was going to be playing the part, I had no idea what he looked like. And then when they showed me, I went, oh, he's just a little bit too close to me. Yeah.
He doesn't want to leave. This is home now. He's made himself comfortable. He's also a filthy animal.
So basically, that's Sid. And if anybody's unfortunate enough to come around my house and see me first thing in the morning, that's very similar.
There's only one way to get rid of him. A jacuzzi. Honestly, it does look really nice from their view. I mean, I've never seen a cleaner toilet. The maid here must be expensive.
That looks so inviting. Really think we're gonna get along, don't you?
Swimmingly.
Be seeing you, my friend.
Another small note here, the way the bubbles come up after he flushes him, just give that CG artist a raise. And he gets tossed around a bit in the piping.
Have you seen my dad?
I found the way that Jackman argues with himself here amusing, because now knowing that it's his voice makes this 10 times more enjoyable.
But I'm gonna go home. Something like I can't. I'm just frightened. Stop it! Stop it!
All right, Mr. Roddy James here ends up finding himself in the city. Not the human city, but fuck, Ratropolis. After a quick chit chat with the locals, there's a sailor captain guy. I mean, Rat. He's a very stereotypical. He knows how to cook. He leads him to a boat that can get him home because this is now his new goal, is to get back to Kensington. Very nice guy. Leads us to our new character here, Rita Malone. I don't know how I feel about that name, but played by Kate Winslet.
Rita is an absolutely fantastic role model. She dresses brilliantly, she's completely cool, she has very interesting usage of belts, ties her hair up in a groovy little ponytail, and more importantly, she's a nice person.
This is probably the love interest, right? So he goofs a bit, a little clumsy. He gets them spotted. Apparently, she's wanted by the Rat Mafia or whatever. We get introduced to two more characters here, Spike and Whitey. They're wonderful rat names. So Spike is played by the wonderful Andy Serkis.
Well, they might be a little bit small, but these are lethal weapons.
I suppose I was attracted to Spike because he's such he's such a loser.
It's time to bring out the Persuader.
And Whitey, played by Bill Nighy. I think that's how you say it. I'm not too familiar with him. Apparently he's a really big English actor.
Spike is small, sharp, and vicious, and Whitey is big and lumbering and slow.
I know him as Rufus from Harry Potter. So they're looking for this gem. It's, well,
Look at the bottom. I mean, is it me or is it oddly shaped?
Booty's in the booty.
Went over my 10-year-old head. They get escorted to the main mafia head here. I'm pretty sure his name is just Toad. It's just Toad. It's played by fucking Ian McKellen.
We have the best villain. We have Sir Ian McKellen, like knight of the English stage.
Dispose of them. He is the controller of all things, the Lord of the Sewers. Oh, he would like to think.
This is just an X-Men movie. Yo, does anyone else remember the Happy Meal toys for this movie? I remember I had the Ian Toad one. I remember playing with that thing religiously. And no idea why, but just another core memory unlocked when I saw that flattering face again. But bro's not a nice guy. But he does think Roddy Jackman is a fine, distinguished gentleman. Also, I just need a pause because I think it's just crazy seeing Wolverine and Magneto just in a different timeline. This is very jarring to me.
Smooth to the touch.
Easy, Tiger.
So they're getting along pretty well, right? But then, of course, Roddy Jackman does a little oopsie and fucks the whole place up.
Ice him! Ice them both! Well, that's a wonderful, demanding exercise. Ice them both!
It's time to bring out the liquid nitrogen. Not sure where they found it from, but it's time to bring it out. Also, this is just like a Carbonite bath reference here. Like, we're not even 30 minutes into this movie and we have a Rat Solo reference. Like, what's going on? A quick butt joke later. They break out. It's every rat for themselves. She doesn't want his company.
No, don't break. There are things I want to do, sights I want to see.
Bro also got his balls kicked in 4 different times. It's not gonna work anymore, but it's good thing he's an only pet. So during their little chase scene through Retropolis, I wanna talk about this city a little bit and the economy. I like it when movies do this. You got the parallel London Underground that functions basically as the same. You even got the sweet corn for sale, and it's hardly used, which it must have been a clean dumpster. You even got the builts and the boatings that mimic the same as above ground, and then they even got the Toasty Buns bakery. He makes his way back to Rita after escaping. They get into a fight over this dumbass ruby, whether it's real or not.
It's real.
Fake.
Real.
Fake.
Real.
Fake.
Real.
Fake.
Real.
Look, watch this. See? I mean, you can't break a real ruby.
She's out for blood now. A little more practical use of the items like the crayon bow that dials Chinese takeout.
Punchin' Chinese takeout.
Yes, I'm being attacked by a mad woman.
Check it out, man.
How is that phone working underground here? It must be it looks like a Nokia phone, so it checks out. So to add some plot here, he proposes that if she helps him back home, that he'll give her all the riches in the world, because did you forget that bro's loaded? Look at the suit. They spit swear to make it official. That's actually what it's called. I looked it up. Some cultures do it. I thought it was a kid thing. On the way for their adventure to get back home, she has to stop at her home to pay her fam a visit. And they have this grandma that lives there that's just infatuated with Tom Jones, which I wasn't too familiar with his game, but I found out he is a very famous Welsh singer. Grandma here mistakes Roddy Jackman for him the entire time. It's actually her whole personality.
Oh, it's Tom Jones! Tom Jones! Sing us a song, Tom! Sing to the I love you, Tom!
He's the it's not unusual guy. That's all I know by him. Did I mention her family is like 40 rats deep? This is probably why the dad is in a full body cast, because he just can't fuck no more. I looked at some of her siblings' names, and to name a few, we got Lily, Annie, Liam, Kenny, Russell, Vincent, Cheris, Maximilian, Dylan, Loves, Toiler, Iralaz, and Nikki. Her parents' names are Spot and Madeline. Maybe Grandma Sophia.
And the lady wears big undies.
This part's a little confusing if you kind of miss it the first time. So Roddy Jackman, I guess he overhears their conversation that they're having in the kitchen with her dad and Rita. Mishears that saying that they're gonna sell him to Ian Toad. And so I guess he just didn't like that and steals the boat.
Harry, don't marry me, Mr. Jones! Roddy!
So on his way back on his stolen jammy boat, he floats by these slugs. Let's pause this here for a second and talk about these slugs. So these guys appear throughout the entire film. Their only purpose is to sing and dance. I guess you could say they provide the film's score. I don't know why I'm still rowing. We've stopped the boat. But like nothing's gonna top Dancing with Myself as the opener. But they have no names. They're just called the Slugs. And for this instance, they sing Don't Worry, Be Happy to cheer our boy up. It didn't cheer him up.
You would never think that a slug could be cute, but I think our slugs are really, really rather cute.
So a quick Batman reference later. Rita just finds him. She just runs into him. I don't know how, but of course they have to make their amends up here. She explains that the overhearing she heard was actually just a plan that her dumb brother Liam proposed, and no one listens to Liam.
Must have missed that part.
Banished to the rubber ducky for him. So a quick song with the slugs later. All is forgiven. He can come back now. Now we're back to the plot. So shortly after, the henchmen find them. Actually, all the henchmen find them. The whole brigade is here. We get a chase scene throughout Retropolis. Very cinematic. Spike Circus, he makes it on board of their ship, and he's about to go for the kill, right?
Fly quite suddenly off the boat, screaming like a girl.
That boss is going to be pissed.
And a little guy, and he's only about 16 years old, and it's his first job as a bad guy. And he tries really hard to be really mean and really cold-blooded.
So turns out these rats just can't do a Toad's job. So Ian Toad has to bring out one of his own. And man, when I saw this frog sneak in, I got another blast from the past, because I also had this French frog toy. His name is Le Frog. He's played by Jean Reno.
So you call the frog is going to do the bad work for you?
Oh, you're going to pay for that, my little chocolate croissant.
But there is also an archetype of a smooth bad guy. I like that.
The only thing I remember this guy from is the live-action Pink Panther. So Sir Ian Toad here, he gives us his devastating backstory of how he was once a proud pet to a human, so much to where I think they might have been dating until the day that he got replaced by a rat and ultimately flushed away while he was still alive. Do people still do that? Like, you got the goldfish epidemic of them being flushed away while still alive. I think people actually believe that when you flush them back to the ocean, which is considered like fish heaven, but I don't think Finding Nemo helped the problem either. So a quick little scene with our two new lovebirds here. Tomorrow's the big day. I wonder what shit's gonna happen. The next morning, LaFrog makes it to them. He brought all his Frenchy henchmen. I'm loving the color coordination here. I'm just imagining a group of kung fu frogs coming at me. It honestly sounds really cool, and I let him have a swing at me. Nokia Mime Frog here. I'm sure he's a reference to something. Also, how many working phones does this underground have? Also, how are they smart enough to use the phone, let alone FaceTime each other? Ian Toad says he wants Rita's belt that she has on that he stole. He doesn't really give much more context.
Come the World Cup final this afternoon.
And they got the World Cup going on in this movie too. It's got it all. I won't lie, the fight scene here is not very entertaining at all. They get tongue-tied by a fly. They end up getting pushed into the water. And now it's time to escape once again. Mayday, waterfall approaching. I wanted to do a speed run of this little escape scene, just kind of get it out of the way. Very quickly it goes a claw, dangling, belt seat, a finger kick, fall, nibble, parachute, updraft, RIP the Dodger, a trusty and loyal ship till the end. Belt steal again, you rodents, over city. What a view, wow. So we're finally over Kensington. Roddy Jackman is a really excellent navigator. He knows basically all the streets in the city. He even knows the exact chimney that he lives at. Maybe he's an outdoor mouse. I mean rat. Woo, right in there. Look at that. Finally back at home. Just how I remembered. For a second when they landed, I thought this wasn't the same house, that he might land in the wrong house, because like I figured Sid would have like made the place a mess by now. But he pays her double because, you know, what are friends for? So remember Sid from the beginning of the movie? He's still there. When he's giving her the tour, she sees his cage and she's like, do you live in a fucking cage, you fucking dumbass? So he tries to lie to her by saying he doesn't live in a cage, and that Sid is also his brother, and that he's not owned by humans and is alone.
Hello, Sid.
Hello, Rita. How's your dad?
Better, yeah.
Well, I guess she'll be going then. So fucking Roddy down in the dumps. He's taking his break with Sid. And let us take a break and talk about this belt. So the sole purpose of this belt, and the reason Frog want it, is so during the World Cup, they can flood the entire Ratropolis city. Having that belt where they need it will let them do that. What are these words I'm putting together?
Forget the ruby! It's the master cable that I want.
So during halftime, everyone is going to collectively use the restroom, right? 'Cause that's what everyone does. And I guess just the collective flushes is going to flood the whole... So all of this clicks with Roddy Jackman as he's talking to Sid. He's like, you know what? I need to go back down there and save the world. He knows what he must do now. So this is where movies like this and Toy Story, for example, differ, because he wants Sid to flush him back to the city, right? And he tells Sid that if he does it again, that he can be the pet of the household now, and he can have everything for himself. He can have the owner, which, I mean, did his owner not love him before? Like, did she hit him? Think that she won't notice the new rat is like 3 times his size, and he's also shorter, so he flushes him back down. I want to add too that this city has random holes above it where people's toilet flushes just land on its citizens, so it's like a very sanitary city. You never know what you're gonna get.
A great flood!
It's almost time for that cinematic fight, huh? They also kidnapped Rita. They didn't show how. We're just here. We don't have much runtime left.
Am I anything like Rita? You know what? Yes, I am. And I think every girl should be.
Ian Toad McKellen gives us the main reason, his master plan why he's flooding the city, and that is because he wants to repopulate it with his own tadpoles. They're very needy.
We'll talk about it.
Can we talk about it now?
No.
Can I have a puppy?
I want a puppy too.
I mean, if he really hates rats that much, why are some of his henchmen rats? The facts are not adding up here. They must be the dumbest rats ever. Yo, maybe they made them like honorary like frogs. Do you remember that liquid nitrogen from earlier? Well, she just freezes them all with it. No fight to be had.
Yeah, you know, I try to be as strong as I can. Absolutely. And I think it's a very important quality for us girls to have.
Though I'll admit the final stand with them and Ian Toad is pretty satisfying. They use the liquid nitrogen piping, which where did they get this from? How advanced is this civilization that someone is just pumping them liquid nitrogen in the pipings? Like, what is it used for? Is it just for the henchmen? Does it come upstairs from London? Like, is there someone that secretly knows? Is there a Larry King in that universe too? The water's coming. They just happen to break the pipe at the right time to freeze the entire wave as it's about to hit the city. And wonderful, the world is saved.
High five!
Oh, yeah.
What are they gonna do when this melts? Would you say you're a little tongue-tied? I'm sorry. Glorious chorus slugs close out the movie with Rollin' on a River. How fitting. Also, England lost the game, by the way, so was it really worth it? They decide to let Grandma Susie close out the entire movie.
Come in, Mr. Jones! I'm coming!
And they really held on to that Tom Jones joke the entire film. And that is flushed away. Man, there's a mid-credit scene here. It's only a few seconds long.
Roddy, I'm home. And I've brought you a new friend.
Maybe she just thinks he got fat. What's New, Pussycat by Tom Jones is the credits music here. It turns out this guy's got more bangers than I thought. I'm also glad to see them using HP and rendering using those AMD processors. If you know, you know.
U8600 workstations powered by Intel Xeon processors have made a tremendous difference. We simply couldn't have done without HP and Intel.
Man, this film was a trip. Honestly, I still like it. I can learn to appreciate it more knowing how it was created and the backstory, especially how the cast, since I now know who they are. But some would say it takes the charm and the wonder as it from like a child, because you didn't know anything and you didn't have to like judge a film by how it was created and the designs and casting they chose for their own reasoning and marketing. You can be the judge of that. I want to special thank Tom Jones for just being a real good sport in this, and also Jacuzzi. Jacuzzi is the brand name. It's not the general name for hot tubs. Like what? And finally, if you were worried, it doesn't say anything about eating them. So Flushed Away was released on DVD February 20th, 2007. It includes the basic stuff, behind the scenes, the Jammy Dodger videos. Isn't that the name of English snack? We got all new Slug Never Before Heard Slug songs. You can learn to draw Hugh Jackman, Roddy. There's a cute game on here called Maze of Pipes. It's exactly what it sounds like. And damn it, there's a jukebox here. Only thing I'd listen to it is Dancing with Myself. More films need this. Also, don't forget to register your DVD. No, it's not going to be inserted. Just to appreciate the vibe of the lost DVD menu art form, let's just take a minute here to appreciate this. Smells like shit here. Later on, the film was released on Blu-ray by Universal Pictures Home Entertainment in 2019. I couldn't tell you why it came out that late. It doesn't even have any extra bonus features on it, so what's the point? So in the first trailer for this movie that was released, Roddy was not the only pet. So the little girl also had 2 yellow gerbils. They were described as Roddy's manservants. They weren't in the video game though, but in the final cut of the movie, they were removed to make Roddy appear more, I guess, alone and spoiled.
It's 9 o'clock already. We're gonna miss our flight.
Just a second. Bye, Roddy. I'll miss you.
The place to myself.
In 2014, the film's distribution rights were purchased by DreamWorks from Paramount, and they were transferred to the 20th Century Fox before reverting to Universal Studios in 2018. Following NBC Universal's acquisition of DreamWorks Animation. Are you following me? Basically, no sequel here for obvious reasons. Also, about like 6 months later, the movie Ratatouille came out, and well, you know, no one talks about this one anymore. I think that's it. I don't want to talk anymore. Thank you for joining me. Join me next time where I cover the next DreamWorks DVD straight to theaters, maybe VHS, no Blu-ray, feature-length film. Shark Tale.
Dispose of them. Is my